In the foothills of the Canadian Rockies is Calgary, home to one of the world's largest tattoo conventions and the first international tattoo war. In a ferocious battle, wildlife black and gray master Tom Renshaw is going head-to-head with marine life color specialist Dino Cook. These world-renowned tattooists were the first to ink photos they've taken in the wild, inventing a hardcore niche within tattoo called wildlife photorealism. In the end, the people will decide whose tattoo is at the top of the food chain. Tom's brown bear or Dino's shark, which will take home the trophy? The Calgary Stampede, a legendary home of rodeo, is also the site of one of North America's largest tattoo expos, the Calgary Tattoo and Arts Festival. Only in its fourth year, the convention has grown from 8,000 attendees to 18,000 and from 100 artists to 200 artists from around the globe. Now, the Calgary Expo is the site for the first International Tattoo War. Two of the world's best at bringing raw nature to tattoo are going to compete. Underwater aficionado Dino Cook and Motortown heavyweight Tom Renshaw have crossed the border to battle. The rules of engagement. Each artist must reproduce a wildlife photograph on skin in under 5 hours.
Feels good. It's about time to roll, man. Nothing to it but to do it.
Chomping at the bit, ready to do this.
Tonight, Calgary will vote for the most photorealistic beast put to skin. There is war to wage, and Tom and Dino are going wild to bring their untamed art to life. In Metro Atlanta resides marine life tattoo specialist Dino Cook and his shop, Psycho Tattoo. At 36, Dino is already headmaster of the School of Aquatic Art. Dino has been in the business for 14 years. His color work has won multiple awards, including top artist at over 200 international competitions. His passion for the water has defined a new genre of marine art in the world of tattoo. For inspiration, Dino has spent the last decade photographing marine life to put on skin.
My tattoo specialty, I guess I'd have to call it wildlife realism. More specifically, I consider myself a marine life artist. One of the things that I think makes my work stand out, or I hope it does, the fact that I have such a love for scuba diving and the ocean. I love the fact that I'm able to marry my passion with my career.
This was the scene 5 days earlier, before the Calgary competition. In preparation for the competition, Dino went on a shark dive. Now, he scours his photos and readies for a consultation with the man who will be his Calgary canvas. Dino has chosen a loyal client for the contest, one proven capable of enduring hours under the needle.
All right, I'm Bill Foster. I'm 43. I'm a correctional officer for the state of California. It's only been my second trip. I plan on maybe 4, 5, 6 4-day trips. We've got about 36 hours into my back. Originally, I thought it was going to be an upper back piece, just maybe a little mural or something of an undersea scene. A couple other people mentioned, oh yeah, he's the best undersea guy that there is for ocean scenes, for tattoos.
I know Tom Renshaw, and he's going to be pulling out all the stops with whatever he does. So we need to find a tiger shark that's going to.
There are thousands of photos to choose from. Dino and Bill scan the archives for a tiger shark.
We've got the vision in our minds, and now it's just a matter of not conforming. We need to find one that makes us go, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, so then all that's left is to go through them. This is getting a little bit more in the ballpark of what we're talking about. We've got the 3/4 view. We've got the head coming out at the viewer. You get the teeth.
He lives the art that he does, so I think that's the big difference. He can see the little things that make the fish what they are.
Look at that. Nice teeth. That's what we need.
We gotta have teeth, stripes, a little tail. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of those two, though. I really like. I think I know which one I want to go with, too. Yeah, plus it's gonna be on my body for the rest of my life, so that's.
This is your guy right here, then. I think we got a solid plan. What do you think?
I like it.
Awesome. Let's do it.
While Dino strategizes, 700 miles away is his Calgary rival. Detroit native Tom Renshaw arrives at his Eternal Tattoo Studio. From the backcountry to the skin, Tom Renshaw puts the wild in tattoo. Like his competition, he ventures into the habitat of his subjects to take photos for future tattoos. Considered the guru of black and gray wildlife, Tom has won over 400 competitions worldwide.
Really, I think I'm probably one of the founders of really starting to create a true body of work in animal portraiture. And I've been attacking that for the last 10, 12 years. The medium of black and gray lends itself fantastically well to all of these photorealistic images, including wildlife, which by far is my favorite.
Tom not only goes out into the wild to capture it on film, but he brings it into his urban home.
This is our dwelling here. Sam and I've lived here for
110 years.
110 years, that's right. Well, probably closer to 15. This is kind of like a little cabin in the city, very woodsy. It has a warm kind of feel about the place, just like my shop.
Eternal Tattoos. Tom takes his initial meeting with his tattoo war client. Tom has chosen another wildlife enthusiast and an old fishing buddy to ink in Calgary.
I've been giving it a lot of thought. I definitely want to stick with some sort of North American wildlife.
I'm up for that. That sounds good.
And something big. It's got to be huge. You're the guy of huge tattoos, man. So we definitely want to stick with that realm.
I don't know if I necessarily sought out to be the guy with the big tattoos, but it's just it worked out that way, and it's been pretty cool because they really have a dramatic impact. All of Tom's tattoos have a huge impact just because of their realism, anyways. But being as big as they are, I think it really draws people in. So it's been pretty cool. I don't care if I only have 6 tattoos on my body as long as they're world class like they are. Where were you thinking of putting it?
I was kind of half thinking about, your ribs as a
I guess you were.
starting place, man.
You like torturing me, don't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got plenty of experience with the ribs, man.
I'm not doing the ribs again. That was enough. 28 hours on the ribs was like killer. That's a lot of work.
Maybe we go with a great big brown bear head on your thigh. A bear with his mouth open. Or maybe we bring in a moose or an elk. Or
Yeah,
a
moose would be
caribou.
cool. Moose would...
Something like that. These are all from the trip last year.
Okay.
All right.
No, getting a tattoo from Tom, sometimes the longest part of the experience is finding the proper picture, and when he does find it, he knows. It's just, I guess you have to give him some trust and faith in the fact that he's the artist and he can see what's going to be the great piece when he's done with it.
I like this one right here, too. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, and he's not too passive. Like, I'd still kind of like the idea of a bear snarling. Like, that's what I'm kind of...
Yeah, you want to stick with something with a little aggression. Well, that's also what crowd loves that, man.
Yeah.
Got a couple pictures of some, let me see if I got something that might work as far as, let's see what we got here. Take a look at this one, see what you think of that.
Oh, that's cool.
You like that?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty gnarly. The face structure is what we're looking for.
Right.
That gnarly look in the face. And blown up, that's going to grab you. I'll see this right here. This may work good. And we'd mesh him right in there. And honestly, I kind of like that too. That's a nice look.
I like that.
That may be a winner right there.
Coming up,
I bring my own photography into the tattooing process.
Tom and Dino go beyond the books. They go wild.
My clients like hearing the stories behind the pictures I'm putting on them.
There's only 4 days left, but Dino still must keep his business humming. Dino calls in longtime client Nate Hand for a last-minute shark session.
What we're going to try to do today, Nate, is wrap up these sharks that we've got going here. I want to get all of them completed. This whole arm is derived from both things that I make up out of my mind's eye and mainly from different fish and animals that I've photographed over the years that I'll discuss with my client. It'll often jog my imagination of an experience that I had, and I can then go back to my database and we'll pull up images together and go through them together and kind of build and compose the thing as a team often.
As a marine life artist, Dino's passion for his subjects takes him beyond the beach. For the last 10 years, Dino has dove and photographed everything from reefs to wrecks in his search for the next great tattoo.
What I really enjoy is the challenge of a piece that I swam out. I had this world-class moment with this animal, and when I can freeze that moment and then share it with people is fascinating and unique to me. But when I can go one step beyond that and someone actually wants to wear this moment on their body, I don't know, it kind of speaks for itself.
He doesn't just take a snapshot and paste it on your arm in one dimension. I mean, there's several dimensions to your skin, and he couldn't just pluck this lobster off of a photo and stick it on my arm and expect it to look right. You know, you wouldn't know how to do that unless you've been there or seen that firsthand.
My clients, I find they like hearing the stories behind the pictures I'm putting on them.
Up north, in the urban sprawl of Detroit, Tom Renshaw sharpens his wildlife skills by keeping his calendar full and his black and gray busy. He is inking legal consultant Matt Weber, a faithful wildlife disciple for the last 5 years.
You gotta bring a little bit more personality to some of these little sheep. Yeah, I can already see what we want. We might want to crispen a couple of edges, but we're going to be real careful not to go too far.
One of Tom's, mottos of his work is living, breathing art. And that's truly what it is. And I'm such a fan of the wilderness and outdoors and animals in general that it's really the only thing I wanted on my body. And I never really knew you could put trees and water and rocks in a tattoo and make it all come together. And really that in itself is a beautiful thing.
Probably my most enjoyable aspect of tattooing is certainly is wildlife. It allows me to get into scenery, which all wildlife, whether it's done in the initial phase or in a second phase, I drop landscape behind almost all of my wildlife pieces.
Tom's portfolio is the product of countless expeditions deep into the wild.
Really, what I truly enjoy is doing North American wildlife because I have spent a lot of time around North American wildlife. I can bring my own experiences into the tattooing process. I bring my own photography into the tattooing progress.
Annually, Tom travels to Alaska to discover subject matter, an experience he's offered to select clients who truly share the wildlife passion.
Matt accompanied us to Alaska that year. Had a wonderful time. I mean, we spent 10 days. We interacted with brown bears on a daily basis, sometimes literally within 20 feet of ourselves. I mean, the tattoos are wonderful, but it's nothing like being there in person, is it?
No, absolutely not. When we actually were there and started witnessing our first bears, it was an unbelievable feeling. You were scared, you were excited, you wanted to run. But you knew you weren't going anywhere, and just to soak it all in.
Which you already knew you're not supposed to run, right. So that wasn't it. You started out by creating a tattoo on them that was based around wildlife, particularly wildlife from Alaska. And now within a matter of a year or two, they've accompanied you to Alaska, and now they're standing right where, you know, the original footage where you may have shot the photos that you may have used on them to begin with. You completely, you bring them full circle, and you give them the complete rush that you've had from the very beginning in the whole process of wildlife tattooing.
Looks awesome.
Looks good, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dude. It's probably at the end of my career, when I look back, you know, I want to feel as though through tattooing I've enhanced people's lives.
Coming up,
We're gonna take a line drawing on the top of this photograph.
Dino gives birth to a cold-blooded killer.
It's more than just a tiger shark. I swam with it. To me, it is a moment in time.
3 days. Calgary is around the corner. With long work hours ahead, Dino recharges his battery by spending time with his family.
Briston, do you want anything? You got a drink? Tyson, do you want anything to drink? I'm Simmerly Cook. I'm married to Dino. We've been married 10 years. We have twin boys together, Tyson and Briston. Ty, did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You got your project ready?
When they were in elementary, they would be gone so early in the morning, I wouldn't see them in the mornings for sure. But now they're in middle school, and so they go in like 9, isn't it, guys?
Well, the bus comes at 8:54, so
Bell rings
about
at
9.
Yeah,
9:15.
I've seen them more in the mornings this week than probably their entire elementary school 5 years.
Dino is busy. He's always got something going on. I had to teach him how to relax, which now he does that well. Thank goodness. Excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tattooing will totally consume you if you let it, you know? It'll consume your personal life, your health. I mean, it's just it's a demanding art form. It really is.
A highly successful tattoo career and a family are a lot to juggle. For even an ink-slinging juggernaut like Dino, it requires a solid support structure.
Dino just has his, you know, he's got his hands in everything, so I have to be the one that puts my foot down and says, you know, no, we're not doing that. We need to focus on this.
Before heading to the shop, Dino takes some time for himself.
I try to squeeze in a little bit of paint time before I get in and start tattooing with my day. And, I find it gets me warmed up and rolling and ready to go in and do my tattoo day. I like the fact that my work's in demand, but at the same time, I find that I'm not happy if I don't carve out time to work on my other art forms.
Meanwhile, at Eternal Tattoos, Tom finds an opportunity to brush up on his moose, which will be a major element of his Calgary tattoo.
Whether or not the skin's being agreeable or not can mean the difference between hours worth of tattooing, as well a little different heal time. Yeah. A Dino Cook. What's up, man? You know what, man? I'm working on some underwater stuff. I want to make sure my underwater work's up to par. Oh, that's great, man. That's great.
I just want to call and wish you luck and tell you I was thinking about you.
Well, that's sweet of you, man. I love you too.
All right, man. Have fun.
You have a good day, Dino. We'll talk to you.
Meeting years ago on the convention circuit, Tom and Dino have developed a relationship that goes beyond professional respect.
Tom is the only tattooer in the industry that we end our conversations with. I love you, man. But he's like a bro to me. He's like a big brother to me, you know?
We've been friends really pretty much since the start of Dino's career. In fact, I met Dino after he really was just getting started. And he took one of my seminars. That's probably why he's as good as he is now.
Believe me, I want to win, but if you lose to a man like Tom Renshaw, I mean, you know, come on. He definitely deserves it. He's a good artist, and I got my hands full.
The only issue he might have is he's going to have to work real hard to get all that color in there, boy. He likes doing all kinds of little subtle nuances with different hues of color, and there's a time limit on this thing, so he's going to have to work his butt off. Should be fun, man.
In the studio, and with the competition photograph chosen, Dino begins to fashion his competition tiger shark. Combining 3 photos, he creates the ultimate predator.
Okay, so I've got my prints made of the shark we chose. We both kept gravitating towards this particular shark that we were very partial to. And what I've done is sized it up to the size that I want to do it on Bill. Got to go big. I know Tom's going to go big, so I don't want to show up the little guy. So we're going to use this head, this body, and I really like the pec fins portrayed in this picture. What we're going to do is make a line drawing on the top of this photograph, actually turn this photograph into our stencil.
The photos are in place and the final image determined. Dino creates an accurate depiction of his competition shark. Using carbon paper, he creates a copy of the image on the reverse side of his photograph. This outline roadmap is then transferred to skin.
That's really all I need to get it going. Everything else is just going to be visual reference for me to look at. And all those details will just be put in by eye.
Back in Detroit, the moose exercise is almost complete. After 6 hours, Tom puts the final touches on his practice moose.
We're about done.
Finishing the day, 1 tattoo closer to Calgary. Coming up,
That big old set of virgin ribs, man.
Tom warms up for war in Calgary, and Dino gets creative.
It's an honor to me that someone gives me such a big piece of their skin for my artwork.
2 days before the tattoo war begins. In Detroit, and hours before his shop opens, Renshaw is already at work. Dedicated to keeping his wildlife skills battle ready, Tom preps a photograph of an elk.
This actual ink tracing will be laid over the skin to leave an exact replica of the photo, which we choose to do. It's a photograph that I took in, I believe, Utah several years ago. I've got a client of mine, Don Cootsey, coming from St. Louis, and he should be showing up anytime here. So we're really looking forward to putting something fantastic on him today that really has more emotional meaning to him than probably it would for a whole lot of people.
My name is Don Cooksey. I'm 37 years old. I'm a Gulf War veteran of Native American descent. I come up here from St. Louis. It's about a 600-mile trip, and if it were 600 more, I would make it.
Donnie Cootsey.
What's up, Tom?
How you doing, buddy?
What do you know?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
How have you been, huh?
I've been.
Did you have a good trip?
I did have a good trip.
Good. Good, good. Sit down, Mr. St. Louis, and I want to show you some stuff. You know, we talked about a couple of things. We talked about a buffalo, which fits real good with the Native American theme, and but I found an elk picture I think might be a little nicer.
Nice.
All right, I think it'll fit nicely on your ribs if you think you're up for it today.
I don't think I have much of a choice, do I?
Well, you've always got a choice, but, you know, I like to sway you in the right direction.
To have Tom settle in on an elk, for me, that was very spiritual. It represents the protector, someone that will put himself in between danger and the herd, someone that will look after the women, and someone who will always treat them the right way. A ladies' man, but not a womanizer.
And we'll get down to putting you through a little pain today, man.
Yes, I believe so.
All right? This will be a new experience for you, man. Look at that big old set of virgin ribs, man. That's gonna feel great on you there, boy. So let's see how it looks. feeling, man?
Feels like it's got a long way to go.
700 miles to the southeast, Dino's Psycho tattoo is running on all cylinders. From piercings to tattoos, every artist is working full tilt.
How's it looking? It's kind of a little big life change. Let's do something different. It's a mother and child symbol. I have 4 children.
Despite a war nearly at hand, Dino still makes time for a high-caliber client.
Jason Tharp is a special breed of client. He's a big collector, and he's been really good for me because he lets me do the kind of ideas that I want to do.
With a bona fide collector in the chair, Dino takes the opportunity to get creative.
I want to really lay it on you.
Tattoos are underway in Atlanta and Detroit. The machines cry for battle as Tom finalizes his elk.
Okay, man. Done it a few times.
That's rock and roll, dude. That's what that is. That's good stuff.
Yeah? All right, man.
Thank you so much, dude.
You're welcome, brother.
What a beautiful piece.
And as the day comes to a close, Dino adds one more piece to an award-winning collection. Up next, the tattooer gets tattooed.
Recently, we lost one of our English bulldogs.
Oh, look at him.
There is little time to gain an edge. Calgary is closing in. Tom and Dino take final meetings with their canvases before closing their books and packing their bags. At Eternal Tattoos, Tucker gets fit for battle.
This is kind of what I mocked up with the moose and the bear head. What do you think of that? You like that? It's a pretty natural look, don't you think? Stand up for me and let me get a look at that on your thigh.
Is that how big we're doing it?
Well, I'd like to do it as big as we possibly can, man. Yeah. I'd like to get it even bigger, but with the 5-hour time limit, you know, we're limited in the size we can do it.
Right.
So I think that's probably going to be as big as we can go. I don't see us wanting to go any smaller with it, obviously.
No.
Okay. You like the way it fits on there? That's nice, man.
That looks pretty good.
Then I think we should look towards doing that.
Cool.
I think that's probably a winner. Well, I'll see you shortly in Calgary, huh? All right, Tom. Thanks, man. Good to see you, man.
Back in Atlanta, Dino consults with Bill one last time before the big show.
Here's what I put together for us. This is the body we had discussed.
Right.
And I took the head that had the better facial characteristics and blew it up to size.
Right.
It's a little hard to read here because of the way I did it on the front, but when you turn it over, you definitely get the idea of the entire shark there.
That's going to incorporate all the best attributes of both of the ones we liked on there, huh?
Yeah, I think we've got everything you asked for.
Right. Awesome.
I think we've got all the components, and it's going to make for a great piece. I'm excited about doing it. How do you feel?
I think it's going to be great.
Ready to go to Calgary?
Yeah.
All right,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
In Detroit, all business is taken care of. Tom decides to put himself on the other side of the stencil for something special before flying off to war. He chooses to get a good luck piece, a tattoo war mascot.
Jay here has been my tattoo artist pretty much since the beginning.
It's kind of cool that the guy that does primarily wildlife is letting me put some well, I don't know if it's wild, but some life. That on him. It's nice.
My dogs are a pretty big part of my life. Recently, we lost one of our little English bulldogs, Dozer. He passed away probably a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah, I've done a lot of tattoos for Tom, and this dog I've known as a puppy, so it's going to be great to kind of commemorate him, you know. All right, man.
Okay, let's have at it. He was the clown of the house. That dog was always into something, but he was a typical bulldog, stubborn as all get out, you know. He was really my girlfriend's dog, and he's well missed by her as well. He's watching, man, so make sure you do a good job, or he'll come down and snap on you.
We're done.
All right.
We're done.
How's he look?
Looks beautiful.
Does he? Let's take a look at him. That's him, all right. Yeah, look. It looks great, man. Yeah, you did a good job, man.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Glad you like it.
Before heading out of town, Dino pays a visit to master machine builder Tony Olivas for a hardware tune-up.
So for this competition, I don't want to leave anything to chance. I want to make sure that I got all my tools working right. I'm going to take my best machine down to see my man Tony Olivas. Going to let him work his mojo on it. Make sure I got everything in my favor before I have to go up against Mr. Renshaw.
What's up?
What's up, brother?
Doing all right?
Good, and you? How you been?
Man, good.
How was your trip?
Excellent.
Tony Olivas started tattooing at the young age of 15. With over 28 years in the industry, he is a pillar of the tattoo community. Not only a pioneer in black and gray, Tony is a proficient machinist who built and sold Dino his prize machine 10 years ago.
Thought you might could work your magic on it for me.
Getting ready to go to Calvary, huh?
Yep. And I think I could probably use every little
Let's see what we got.
helping hand I could get going up against Mr. Renshaw.
Oh, Tom. Now, this thing's old, ain't it? It's crazy you're still using the same one.
That thing's been nothing but a workhorse for me. Take that machine away from me, I wouldn't be.
I'm making the stroke a little longer back toward what it was.
Wow, that fast, huh?
It just went out of tune a little bit from your contact point. Tell, because the springs are starting to rust.
I honestly use this on every tattoo
cool.
every day. This is my workhorse right here for sure.
Less than 24 hours from the first international tattoo war, Tom heads home to pack and heal his bulldog tattoo.
Daddy's home.
Hi, sweetie. Hi, boys. Hi there. How are you guys? Hi, Clyde. My girlfriend's name is Sandy, and we met through tattooing as well. She was a client of mine I'm going to say 15 years ago now. She's a fantastic gal, and we've been together ever since. I got something else to show you, too. Come on in here where you can see it in the light. What do you think?
Oh, look at him.
He looks pretty goofy, doesn't he?
He looks like Dozer.
You think I chose the right picture? I like his big old googly eyes.
Look, Clyde. It's your brother.
Here, Clyde.
Oh, look, it's your brother.
Watch, he'll give him the kisses because it's fresh.
It's your brother.
Yeah, that's what we spent the second shift of today doing. Getting tattooed.
Coming up, Titans clash in Calgary. The 4th annual Calgary Tattoo and Arts Festival, one of the largest tattoo conventions in the world.
What I like to go for in our tattoo show is, it's the same thing we go for in tattooing. You always want the biggest, the best, strive for perfection. Even when it's like a 9.5 out of 10, you keep going for that 10. And that's what I do with the convention.
Thousands have gathered for the most beastly tattoo war yet, where the aquatic realist Dino Cook faces off against black and gray legend Tom Renshaw. It's the battle of the predators, brown bear versus tiger shark. Minutes before the competition begins, Tom is spicing things up with a last-minute revision.
Tom, what's up?
James Tucker, what's happening, man?
Not too much, not too much.
Hey,
Made it here?
Yeah, have a seat, man. Got a little change in plans.
Change in plans,
Yeah,
eh?
Moose is
Surprise,
out.
surprise.
Moose is out, man. I wasn't real comfortable with the way the moose, it was just the head was too big. No secondary emotion involved with that, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to be a better game plan, man.
Well, I pretty much expected to change something before I got here anyway, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, good. Sometimes you got to change in plans, what can I say?
It always works out in the end, so.
You got to just trust I'm going to put a nice piece on you.
That's right.
It's going to be just fine. This is going to be the winner right here.
Doors open, and the festival comes to life. The photos have been taken, the stencils drawn, the canvas is ready. Let the competition begin.
Okay, Dino, I'm rolling. All right, I'm right behind you.
All right, my man. It's on, brother.
By mutual agreement, these artists have 5 hours to complete their work. The battle is on, and the fresh ink spilled draws in a crowd. Legendary artist Bob Terrell stops by for support.
Tom's, he was always my favorite portrait tattoo artist in the world, you know. And when I started tattooing, I apprenticed at Eternal Tattoos where Tom was working, and he kind of took me under his wing, you know, and taught me, you know, I've learned a lot from a lot of people in the business, but I think I learned more from Tom than anybody in the business.
Hannah Aitchinson from High Voltage Tattoo is a longtime friend of Dino's.
I haven't seen you. I can't remember the last time I saw you.
It's been,
It's been months.
yeah.
We got 4 hours and 23 minutes left.
Oh, wow.
5 minutes ahead of schedule.
You guys have 5 hours? A block of 5 hours?
Where's the adversary over there if I'm not focused? Yeah.
As Tom and Dino wield their machines, the only concern is, can the canvases take it?
Pain's easy part. You can block that out. Pain from the tattoo. It's the rest of the position that's not so good.
He's moving around a little bit. He's being
around a little bit.
He's
I
being
haven't moved in 2.5 hours.
He's
dude.
being a little disagreeable.
My ass is asleep, my foot's asleep, my hip hurts, my back's sore, my neck's getting kinked. And you're sitting there in a nice comfortable chair and I'm all cocked out of position here.
I've had to take a leak for the last hour and a half, man, and I'm pinching it.
Hour 2. Tom keeps his machine to the skin and moves into the secondary phase of his tattoo, as Dino chats up the crowd.
This is so wonderful. People are going to be blown away. They aren't going to have seen anything like what you and Tom are doing.
I know. This is cool because you've done that color.
Yeah. They're going to have black and gray realism, color realism, underwater, on the land, you know. They're masters of a domain, you know, land and sea.
He's a social butterfly at this point. I'm gonna save my talk for later. I don't have any time to dink around. It's a pretty good sized piece here. So I gotta really keep busting it out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay focused and keep this thing moving. Try to still be cordial to the people that came to see it, you know? There's a fine balance there.
Hour 3. Renshaw's King of the Wilderness is coming to life, and Dino's shark is beginning to swim. After 4.5 hours, Renshaw is finished. Determination and focus has paid off. And with time to spare, Tom has completed his tattoo.
I think that's about it. Done. So just a couple added extra little things just to make it, give it a little pick-me-up. We'll see if it's enough.
Executed to perfection, Tom's Brown Bear is a showpiece of first-rate shading. Without lines, the use of the negative and positive aspects of black and gray makes this Renshaw tattoo look like brushwork.
All right, coming down the stretch here.
Come on, man, you gotta be almost done.
I don't know, man. All that background, you got me scared.
There are only 5 minutes left, and Dino pushes his color to the limit.
All right, give me some pointers. Give me some help. Help me beat you.
Stop now. You've done too much. You're gonna overwork the piece.
All right, we're done. Tom said it.
Time's up.
If we lose, it's because he tricked us.
Dino's Tiger Shark. The compelling details and strength of color distinguish this creation as a Cook original. One of the most dangerous predators in the sea, Dino's vivid masterpiece is ready for battle. Two beasts, from safaris to skin. These artists have reproduced the most ferocious photographs ever inked. After their ink-slinging duel, the exhausted combatants take the stage.
These guys.
Now, the voting begins. Which wildlife tattoo will it be? As the crowd filters across the stage, the voting comes to an end. Producer Hugh Chopper King will announce the winner.
All right, the moment is here. May I have the sealed envelope, please?
Though both artists tattooed crowning achievements, only one can claim victory.
You ready for this, guys?
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
And the winner of the tattoo war is Dino Cook. Dino, say a few words.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody that voted.
In the end, it was Dino Cook's colorful creature of the sea that conquered Calgary.
In my eyes, there's no winners or losers here, man. Just a couple good friends doing some good work. Congratulations, man.